In this video, I'll be showing you guys how you can get the most out of Lovable.dev. And to do that, I will be showcasing my typical workflow that allows me to get the most consistent and the best results. And to show you guys how effective this is, I will actually be just comparing it by building a full stack app with Lovable.dev. So I'll be using one with my workflow and the other one is how I see most people use it. And if you don't know what Lovable is, it is an AI app builder. It's an AI coding tool essentially that allows you to build any apps, full stack apps, of course, and it allows you to have an app like deployed and you don't have to like do any setups. It is literally like the best AI coding tool if you don't have any like technical knowledge and you just want to get, like a full stack app running and deployed. Okay, so let's get started. So I will be creating the exact same app for both workspace. So this is the one on one of my accounts, and then I have another account that's running here. Both of them is on the free tier. As you can see, it is asking me to upgrade, and on this one too, just so you guys can see like how effective, Lovable, and how good the results are, like even on the free tier. Okay, so let's get started. I'll be comparing the app, and the app that I will be making is a task management app, which is the app that I usually make just to benchmark the different AI coding tools that I use. So I'll just create a prompt and then I'll use the exact same prompt for both workspaces. So I've written the prompt that I want to use, and you might be surprised why it is very minimal. So the key to my workflow is actually a spec-driven development approach. If you don't know what that is, it is when we do a lot of planning before we execute any code, so that the agent will have a better understanding of what we want to build, and that decreases the hallucinations and also increases the quality because the agents will know what we actually require for the app. Now, to implement the spec-driven development approach, there are several ways to do it. So firstly, Lovable actually comes with a plan mode, which you can enable. And once it's enabled, it will actually allow you to chat with the agent first before it actually executes any code. And then at the end, once you've done chatting, it will summarize everything into a plan that is in a markdown format, and that also has like a task list that the agent will just execute. And another approach, which is way more universal, is you creating documentation outside of Lovable. So for example, you create a project requirements document, an app flow document. You can do that in ChatGPT or in like Gemini, for example, using a thinking model. Or you can use a tool specific for creating documentation. For example, I am using CodeGuide. So CodeGuide helps you create documentations, which you can then implement in your AI coding tools. And all you have to do is just create a prompt and answer a few questions, and then it'll craft all the documents for you. You might be seeing these two buttons here in Lovable. I have actually installed an extension from CodeGuide, which you can access through the landing page here by clicking extension, and then just press the download extension button, which will take you to the Chrome Web Store. And here you can see how the whole thing works. Now, once it's installed, it will actually give you these two buttons here on Lovable, which have different functionalities. So the refine button allows you to expand your prompt to actually refine it and add some technical knowledge so that it will produce a more better result. And for the specs button, it is similar to the plan mode on Lovable, and there's also a specs button here, which is very similar to the plan mode on Lovable, but the main difference is it will be able to be used on other apps. For example, if you're using Cursor, or if you're using like V0 or maybe Anti-Gravity, you can also implement your docs there. And instead of just creating one document, it will actually create a whole set of documentation, which allows you to have more flexibility and also a better explanation on your project. So let's start comparing both approaches on Lovable.dev here, and I have enabled the plan mode on this account. So let me just start that. And then on my other account here, on my other workspace, I will just be clicking specs, and we'll wait until both of them finishes loading, and we can continue the workflow. So for Lovable's native plan mode, it just asks you questions here, and then this will actually just send a message to the agent here. So let me just answer these questions. Once you're done answering the questions, it will just give you a summary, and then you can press submit. And now let's move on to the other workspace, which is from CodeGuide's specs mode. So here's the questionnaire from CodeGuide. It is more detailed and it has a few more functionalities. For example, here on the questions, you can actually use your voice to answer things. So for example, this is asking me what the features should be. Let me just say, I want all the features. And yeah, as you can see, it is just typing as I speak, and that's a really good functionality. And also, you are able to skip individual questions, and if you think they are irrelevant, you can just go ahead and skip them. So let's compare both approaches on the questionnaire steps. As you can see here, you can't really skip any questions on Lovable's side. But you are able to have a really nice UX where it's a multiple choice questions, and you can actually just choose the answers here. So for example, I do want actually a cloud database, and then yeah, I can just press submit here, and yeah, that just sends like a chat through the agent. And then for CodeGuide's version or CodeGuide's approach, it is a full-on questionnaire here, and then you can just review it once everything is good. You can just press submit. You can also skip individual questions, so that's the main difference. And let me just submit this, and that will actually start generating the spec or the PRD. And then for here, on Lovable's side, it made the plan, and it is just one document, and it's very simple. It only shows you like the task or like the core features, and also like the layout or the UI. And then lastly, it will show you guys the backend. And on the top here, it is just an overview. On CodeGuide's approach, it actually creates a full-on technical documentation. It is very extensive, and it shows you a pretty complete like plan on how to implement everything. So it is more like high level, but it also goes into details on each aspect. For example, here there is an app flow, like how the user should go through each pages. And then also you can see here all the pages like the dashboard, and then the task creation, how it should be. And then there's the core features. And lastly, there should be the front-end architecture, and also, yeah, just a little bit more details here on the UI or the front-end stuff. Another difference with Lovable's version with CodeGuide's version is that once you've done planning here, you can just press submit or approve. That will actually start building things. So since I am done with this, you can actually still chat with it to change things. If not, you can just press approve, and that will actually start building your app. And let's see it on CodeGuide's approach. So on here, you can actually just insert it into the prompt, or actually just copy it. Maybe you want to save it somewhere. But for now, let me just insert it into the prompt. So it is a lot more flexible where it actually inserts it into the prompt here. And you can see that you can actually make edits here. And if not, you can actually just move or like change it. Or if you want to make more changes, you can actually go on CodeGuide and actually choose the project that's being created. And then over there, you can actually just have a chat with the agent to make changes to the documents. For example, here, you can see the PRD, you can actually just chat with it, and then that will make changes to your document. And you can also see here on the right on CodeGuide's extension, you can see not just the PRD or like the text spec document. You can also see other documents that's been created in the backend or in the background. Firstly, there's the app flow document here. It is showing you like a more detailed version on how the user should go through the app or like the app flow itself. And then there's also like a backend structure document. So for example, if you are planning to build the backend elsewhere, not in Lovable, you can actually just implement this doc and not have to rely on Lovable's documentation system. And also lastly, there's a task list here. And this will help you just go through, like creating different prompts for each step, which is really nice. You can just press this, and then that will generate like a full-on prompt you can just copy to your agent. And also like a great thing about CodeGuide's approach is that it generates wireframes, which is a very minimal like UI that you can actually just see and have a better understanding on how the app should look like. For example, here there's the main dashboard you can see, and yeah, and then also there's the modal for the editing the task, and also the detailed pages. On Lovable's approach, it is actually running everything now. Let me just make it always allow and press allow. So that will start everything to be built. Now on CodeGuide's approach, this tech spec does already look good. So let me just start by clicking this submit button. But of course, if you think that you want to expand it even more, you can actually also enable the plan mode on Lovable. So that will go through the questions like before, just in case you want to like clarify things even more. Since you created the documentation on CodeGuide, you can actually access them on CodeGuide's app, and you can just go to the projects page, and then you'll see the project that was just created. Once it's open, you can see a whole bunch of documentation that was made, and you can also make edits on them. So for example, if you want to change the app flow, you can actually just chat with it, or if you want to see the task list here and make changes to that also. Maybe you want to add more tasks, or you want to, decrease the task, you can actually just chat with it, and you can, make those changes. So both approaches has finished. So for example, here, this is the one from CodeGuide. I only inserted the project requirements document or the tech spec that we planned. And you can see here, I didn't write any other prompts. This was just automatically sent when you enable the cloud. And then yeah, that's it. And this is the result. So this is the sign-in page. And this is the result from using the native planning on Lovable. I didn't write any other prompts besides the one I showed you guys already. So this is the original prompt, which is the same as the one on CodeGuide's approach before. But as you can see before, it transformed into a PRD because I did all the spec and planning. And let me just show you guys. So this was for the data storage question. And yeah, that was it. And also have the enable cloud message here. And then everything's finished. Now let's start with the auth pages or the sign in and sign up. So this is the one on Lovable's native planning. So you can see here, it is very basic. There's no colors. You can just sign in or sign up. So yeah, the sign up process is pretty much the same for most Lovable apps. It will just send you like an email once you've written down or like submitted your email on sign up. And then you can just verify it and then you can just log in with it. So let me just sign in here. So that's working nicely. And this is the main screen. And now let me show you guys the one on CodeGuide's approach. So this is the sign in and then this is the sign up. As you can see, there is a major differences here, mainly with the colors and also just the UI or like how pretty it looks on CodeGuide's approach, because there's these colors and also these icons for the logo. And you can see also on the sign up, there is an extra field for confirming the password. I've already signed up, so let me just quickly sign in to show you guys the main page. Okay, so let's just press sign in and that should log me in. Okay, so this is the main page and you can see this is very different than the one we see on the approach of just using the native planning on Lovable. So here it is. This is very basic. There's no like sidebar or any like dashboard view. And the reason why it is so different, as you can see here, if you scroll up and we see the main PRD we made before, or actually you can just go here and press the PRD. We see that the app flow itself shows the dashboard view, which has a better explanation on how the UI should look. So you can see here, it is picking that up and it's actually showing a dashboard view. And now let's see the rest of the features. So let's just test it out. Let me just add a task here. And then this is the form. And then for Lovable's planning approach, you can see here, there is no form. It's just a basic input field here. So let's just test it out. So let me just say, have a meeting at 10. So there is no like time, like due date or like priority or anything else. You can just, just press add here and that works. So it's connected to the backend, which is really good here because I didn't really have to do any setup and it just does it on its own. It automatically connected to Lovable Cloud so that it is a full stack app now, which is really nice. And you can see here, you can delete and you can also just press this tick to, just complete the task. And compared that to the one from CodeGuide's approach, there is even more like inputs. So you can actually just write the title here. So let's just do, have a meeting and maybe at a cafe in town. And you can actually choose a due date, which is really nice. Let me choose that here. Let's do March. And there's a label, which I'm not sure why, but I think it's here. So yeah, that's why. So it actually made that, which is really nice. Yeah, you can see here labels, which is like categories. That's really good. And let's see here. Let me make it a different color. And let's see, it's a business meeting. So let me just make a business label. So let me just create the task. And that should be good. Okay, that's created. And you can see here now on the left, there is label. So when you refresh, it should persist because this is connected to the cloud. So yeah, you can see here, and when I press labels, that will show you the tasks with that label, which is a really nice feature, which was picked up by CodeGuide. And yeah, it is a really good addition to this app. I should now be able to just press this to mark it as complete. Okay, that's done. And see here on the bottom here, now it's completed. It has a really good UI. Like I'm actually surprised it created this good of a UI. So that's it for this video. I just wanted to show you guys like the workflow I always use for Lovable and like Bolt. And this also works for like V0. I just use this extension on CodeGuide and it allows me to create these awesome specs and documentations to create these different apps. And yeah, just quickly spin up a prototype on Lovable. And then you can also expand this even more once you have downloaded this or connected it to your GitHub repo and use the same exact documentation that you generated on CodeGuide on other apps. For example, I can just continue working on this on Cursor using the exact same, spec or same documentation that was generated by CodeGuide. Whereas on the normal Lovables like plan mode, It is very basic. You do have to write a lot more prompts, and you can't just write like a single line of prompt like this. It won't help you out with the planning stage, because those are just like asking like basic questions on the, just for the planning to create just one documentation, which is, I think, like not enough just to create like a full stack app. You need like a lot more like context, a lot more details on your project, so the agent will have a better understanding. So if you guys like the video, don't forget to subscribe and also just leave a like. And if you have any questions, just leave them in the comments below. If you do want to try out CodeGuide for free, you can just go ahead and go click it in the link in the description, or go to this landing page. And yeah, thank you.